but I got my 40%. I mean, come on, give it to me. What would you say? Percentage?
Yeah, I think you got it right there. I mean, that is as clean 40% I think I've ever seen it. So the trend still continues with us, man. I mean, what can I say? The streak is undefeated. Water zones in Vikendi. That's what we love to see here. So, but I'll tell you what, Blue Bees, Nova, I don't think they're really caring for this circle because, man, they're going to have to get through a ton of squads if they want to be able to make it in this zone live.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking up there. I believe some of these teams might have took my prediction a little too literal because I see about four teams heading towards port. So it's going to be a fiesta up there. But back to the point, you want to be 16, top 16 after tomorrow, and then you make it on into Super Weekend, and Super Weekend is where those points really matter for those league standings. But look at this.
Oh, baby.
We already got some fights happening.
We're starting to see some squads starting to get into it right here. And you can see Mafia Ninja putting some shots down. Stops, got that grenade. Trying to see if he can get that first knock. Unable to, just a little too short right there. And you could just see Stops trying to pull all the stops out with that Uzi in hand. Running up really close. We'll see if OP is going to be able. Here we go, 2v1. Gets the one knock, not enough to get the two. They're going to go for that quick thirst. That's going to be an instant point. But man, it looks like Stops is in big trouble right now.
Yeah, Power, Triple Eights right here find themselves biting off a little more than they can chew. Oh, I hear the shotguns getting pumped over there. AJ with the grenade right on in through the window. The double barrel shotgun, you love to see it. I believe, did they lose Nima though? That's the thing. Did DRS? Yes, they lost Nima, and Nima is definitely one of the key players from DRS, so that's going to set them back just a little bit. But they already got 2 points underneath their belt. So all in all, good start for DRS.
Yeah, I think the main thing too is that they're in a decent position, at least in this circle. So they're down a player, but they got 2 kill points to their name. They're going to get some loot up pretty quickly, and we'll have to see how they end up faring in case the squad wants to go and crash on them. But yeah, great start to this match for them so far. I mean, it was always tough to lose that member early on, but hey, this is what happens when you're going against the best on the planet. I mean, it's so difficult to be able to compete against these other squads.
I mean, it happens, man. And you know what? It's not like it was a surprise. They definitely saw each other drop in near each other with those parachutes. So they chose to take that fight, and losing Nima early, that's just the price that they're going to pay. Looking on over here, Zeus. This is another team. They know exactly what they're doing. They're going to be making the push, making the press, moving together as a unit. That's exactly what you need to be doing this early on in the game.
Yeah, right now Zeus is sitting center of circle right now as we go into this replay and see what we caught earlier. Never mind, psych, as we watch Carrillo driving on down. Oh, look at this. The Unnamed, all these teams are starting to send it into this first circle. And just a quick reminder, I mean, when you have a water zone like this, it's chaos for all the squads that land away from it. So right now, you can just see all these teams trying to loot up as fast as possible, but it looks like Zeus is starting to get into some trouble here as they already have 1 player knocked. That's quite a long ways away, though. I don't think they're going to be able to get onto this side. They do get a return knock right there. That's a strong start for them. Looks like they're going to be able to get that res and get this player back to safety.
Yeah, they actually got the nice trade over there on the Abrupt Slayers. So we do see some smokes getting popped right now. They should be able to get the pickups and the resets, and that's probably going to put a halt to Zeus's push because we saw him earlier on just a couple of moments ago. Like, they're definitely on the hunt, but getting called out like that, yeah. And looking at the replay, Federal, AKM in hand hip fire. You do not want to walk into that 7.62 because that will take you down instantly.
Got some more points for Loops as well. And you can just see Zeus getting, tapped up a little bit here from the Abrupt Slayers. Looks like they will be able to make it though. Belly's got that mini 14. Popping off some shot. You can see Heaven putting the shimmies on right now. Untouched so far. That man can hit the salsa really nice. And he's going to be off to safety behind that rock. But those 2 players are completely stuck out right now.
I mean, you can hit the salsa all you want, but that's going to mean that other teams want to join the party as well. We already see 4 AM. We see the Unnamed right out there on that west side. They hear the shots. Are they going to decide to get involved? We already see 4 AM with a slight 2-2 split. Looks like they're going to be slowly creeping their way on across the road, looking for a potential pick on the Unnamed.
Yeah, they're going to play this really, really soft, in my opinion, because right now they're dead center of this next circle. So they're already saved. Right now, I think it's all about just securing your location. I think that's what all these teams are doing. Just trying to, you set that spot up. You can see the Unnamed. They're going to park it right here, protect those vehicles as well, just in case that zone shifts off them. But right now, Abrupt Slayers, Abrupt Slayers, jeez, voice, come on now. They're currently just sitting right now in the circle laying down, and they are very, very exposed. So they're in a really tough spot, but at the same time, with such a good position in this circle, I would be really careful to not press this. Just kind of hang out, wait for the next zone.
I think you have a crystal ball, and you saw them in a boat with that boat tape. So once when we see that, Abrupt Slayers for sure. But for now, Abrupt Slayers. Honestly, though, looking at the differences between 4 AM and Nova, remember, I mentioned PEL, China, PUBG Mobile, they don't play Vikendi, they don't play Sandhawk in competitive. So very interesting to see the strategies from both of the Chinese teams. You got 4 AM opting to go for that more centralized position. And on the flip end, Nova playing the edge here. I mean, Hot Jukes, you know, pro player experience, you got that underneath your belt. In this situation, you're not used to this map. Do you go for that center or that edge? Like, which one really pays off?
I think right now, especially with this kind of circle, I mean, if you can hang out as center zone as possible, that's going to be your most optimal position. But right now, at the same time, I mean, these are the best teams from their regions. I mean, these guys, they have to know Vikendi like the back of their hands regardless. Now, I think that's when I keep hearing, you know, that you know, with Bigetron, that their weakness is Erangel. And I know they're not playing in this map right now, but I just think that they're just more well-versed in Vikendi and the other maps. And Erangel's this place where, you know, every single squad is solid on. But right here, we're going to have to see who's going to be able to really pull this one out. Because, again, today, tomorrow, only day you can get points. If you're in the top 16, you're going to go to Super Weekend to play for 3 days. If not, you are going to be sitting out those days, which is just devastating to your total score.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm not going to be the one to count out teams. If you don't qualify for the first Super Weekend, I 100% think you could definitely make that comeback, make that bounce back on the league standings. But the question comes into play, and I know I'm getting really ahead of myself here. If you don't qualify for 2 Super Weekends, like, how is that going to impact you for the total league standings? And you know what? These teams, they don't want to find out because they are just going to be on the chase if that is the case.
I mean, yeah, but the big problem though is that you're gonna have teams that aren't missing any Super Weekend. So if you want, I mean, if you miss a Super Weekend, yeah, you may be able to make it into the finals. But what are your chances of getting first place? I mean, you have to be ridiculous. I mean, that is an insane amount of games to miss if you miss out on a Super Weekend. And for the amount of prize pool that is here at the PMGC, every single placement is a life-changing amount of money right here. So I think you have to pull out all the stops, do anything you possibly can to ensure that you make it to that Super Weekend.
Too much sauce, man. I mean, $300,000 for first place, $125,000, a total of $700,000. That's the total prize pool here. We see over here, Zeus, nice little split, playing 4 corners right now. I really appreciate this. I mean, they're going to be having some really solid sight lines. The one counter to that, though, is if a squad decides to make that quick pull-up, will they be able to react in time and provide that support that they will need for the defense?
Yeah, you can see the first zone starting to close on out here. And we got all of these squads kind of pushing rather late. I think they're just trying to be really safe right now to get into this circle. But it looks like we have 4 different teams coming really into this late zone. And look at how stacked the east side is of the map right now. All these squads are just so close together. And I think that's Vikendi in a nutshell. There's just so much cover on this map. Different little rocks and hills. But you guess what? Team Secret went to the wrong one right there, and they ended up losing 2 players just like that. The Unnamed going to take one of them out, and you can see the remaining 2, they're going to be sitting there. So I'm sorry, Secret Jin. Yeah, they're going to be sitting down right now, just holding this building.
And just like you were saying, like with all the teams stacked on top of each other, making a blind rotation like that, you have to assume like someone's going to have sightlines on you. So I almost feel like you're safer just to play the edge at that point, but checking on in with Jimmy from Nova, making the pull up by themselves onto Aero and getting a knock to start things out.
Strong aggression right there. Good nade. Might be able to hit the mark. Oh, look at that. I mean, that vehicle went about 50 meters back just like that. There goes that cover, but here comes the rest of Nova trying to get on top of this hill and take out Aerowolf Limax. Will they be able to do it? Great, solid play so far. Renault unable to get it done with the Tommy gun. And Nova's just, getting caught right there in that corner. Potato from the back. Not able to get it done. And it looks like we got a 1v1 right here between Nova and Aerowolf Limax. But it looks like Nova is, 2v1. They're going to get the reses right now. So this is going to be a full reset for them. Arrow's in big trouble.
Yeah, Jimmy has to have some type of idea. Had to have seen those foot marker indicators, and here comes the wraparound from Jimmy and Cool Boy. Cool Boy tagged, making it that 1v1, the spray down right there. Can they get it? No!
Oh my goodness!
Token down and out here in 16th position.
Super! Oda is goated. Are you kidding me? As a duo are able to go and get everybody up. And just look at them. Look at them down there. They are getting so hyped. Are you kidding me? Taking out Nova in a 2v4 almost essentially. What a clutch play for Aerowolf Limax.
Very clutch. And at a perfect time as well. I mean, I'm always going to say early game, and same thing for Nova. Like, early game is definitely the time to go for those pushes because that's when you know you're safe. The potential of getting third party, not so much there. But look at Super. I mean, the double trade right there. I want to chalk it up. Yeah, the pre-fire. I want to chalk it up to maybe, just maybe a little bit of miscommunication right there because we saw Nova all kind of pushing, you know, not necessarily as a unit, using their numbers advantage right there, but kind of one at a time, and that might have been the deciding factor in that exchange.
No, that wasn't a miscommunication at all, man. This is the PMGC, in my opinion. That's what the issue is. Nova, they had the man advantage, and they just kind of pushed in fully with all the confidence. At the end of the day, they're Nova XQF, one of the top teams in the world. So like, you know, one extra person, let's just go ahead and run on up and take them out. But this is the best teams, best players in the world here. You cannot underestimate a player for a second, or just like that, the tiniest mistake, you get a little too relaxed thinking you have it, and we just saw it right there proven. You can get your whole team squad wiped by just one great play, and man, Super Una, that pre-fire, just getting it done, taking it out, and man, I mean, that's take it to the highlight reel right there. What a solid play right there.
Solid play, and yeah, I couldn't agree more. You got to respect every single one of these teams, every single one of these players. And I was asking you about your crystal ball. I see the mini-map Power 888 out there on the boat take, going to be utilizing those two little islands out there. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of them very shortly, but Zeus right here trying to defend. They definitely heard those shots from Aero out there in the distance. And I'm looking at the chat right now. They're calling me Borat. It's okay. I mean, hey, whatever, chat. I respect it. Who do you think's going to win, by the way, chat? Who are you guys cheering for here? I see a couple Archer Gamings. I see a couple Arrows. Okay.
Well, hey, they're gonna be extra hype when they see this play because I mean, they have a great start to this Vikendi match. I think that's going to really help them out with their confidence as well because that's a really big factor when you're playing in such a huge event for so much money on the line. Starting out is always the most difficult thing. You want to start out strong, get your team's confidence up to be able to make some plays. And so far, I mean, Aerowolf Limax, they were kind of in the mid-pack, but after that play, I mean, they got to definitely be feeling themselves.
For sure. I mean, that was a phenomenal. I mean, it goes back though. I'm still gonna cut Nova some slack. Like I said, like Vikendi, they're not used to playing it on a competitive level, right? So maybe next time around, we'll see them take it a little slower compared to just pushing all guns hot like that. The Unnamed, we see them doing some scouting out there in the distance. They're very close to getting themselves in a potential fight. But the Blue Bees, they lost their chicken dinner last game. It was stolen from them at the very end. Regardless, second place, phenomenal finish. I'm looking for Lufa, though. I've been watching the scrims. Lufa was just popping off. I saw Lufa in the scrims get not one, but two 1v4s and win them.
Hold that thought really quick as we see Aerowolf seeming to drive right up onto loops. And one of their players, this looks like the scout, is going to be taken out really quickly right there. So, man, a really tough sacrifice. It looks like they're just trying to prepare for this next circle. And to lose a player like that can't feel good. But they're going to have to make sure that they recollect themselves because this next zone is starting to close, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few seconds left. And right now, all the teams, they're just staring at the map, trying to get a game plan together because once this next zone shifts, you got to start moving really quickly, and we'll see where it goes.
I love Power AAA. Power.
Perfect.
Okay, so Power AAA.
Not anymore.
Yes, you know, I mean, it's not going to favor them, but they're still going to be able to make their way on to the coastline. As long as they're not spotted by Loops or Archer Gaming, they should be safe. It looks like they're going to be popping in their boats and actually sending it on up there to the top to DRS. So we'll have to pay attention to see if they'll able to successfully land moving forward.
Yeah, good circle, though. I think for all these teams, they're going to be pretty happy. Majority of them are just going to sit right here. So I think we're going to see a lot of hurry up and waiting right now, just kind of keeping an eye out. And all these teams, they're going to be doing anything they can to hope that this next circle goes on to them because it's going to be a toxic next zone if it hard shifts. So many squads are just packed up very, very tightly. Looks like DRS now, yeah, after that knock onto Secret Jin, they're going to start pushing their way on south because they are one of the only teams that is currently outside of this circle. Yeah, that knock, they're going to get that finish right there, and they're going to start pushing their way up piece by piece.
If I was GZ in this situation, the last one alive for the squad of Secret Jin, you kind of got to hide. You got to hide if you want to at least attempt to get some placement points, because if they get taken out right now with no kills, that'll be 0 points. And I believe DA, they might be aware that there might be a solo player in the area, so we'll have to pay attention to see if GZ can remain alive.
Yeah, we got Digital Athletics right here. They're going to be hanging out with that full four-man right at the edge of this circle in Peshkova. And like you mentioned, Secret Jin, last member alive, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be hiding in that building for as long as he possibly can. But you got to watch out because Digital, I mean, they are on the lookout right now for squads. And we're starting to see a whole bunch of teams
Here we go.
rotating on in. Oh, and yeah, look at Q hit the U-turn real quick after that play. And you know, his eyes are as wide as they possibly can. He was like, man, I almost got taken out from 4 angry men. Had to hit that turnaround. Got to be really, really careful right here because this squad, we know they can frag out. And look at Suck, ready to go.
Right on the edge as well. Next zone does go on up, so the Unnamed, they are going to have to make up their minds on what the game plan is, only with 3 up, as Ran is already going to be down and out, back to lobby. 4 a.m. tossing a warning grenade right there. Raven trying to come up with some type of plan on how they can make it on into the next zone. And talk about a team trying to make up a game plan. DRS huddled in the corner of the cliff. Archer Gaming right on top of him, looking down, the Eagles in the sky.
Yeah, Archer has to make a decision. Oh, this could be a great Molotov right here. And it looks like, oh, just a little too far. That's a really tough one to throw, especially in that downhill. But Archer Gaming has to make a decision right here. Do we stay and camp this squad? I mean, that's some free points right there, essentially. Or do we head on into this next zone? Really tough decision for them.
I mean, I respect the Molly play because Molly's with the new update have a further spread. DRS, they do have a vehicle. Okay, so they're going to have 2 of their members pop in the vehicle, keep one in the tail end of this one. Very smart, just in case the vehicle explodes as they make the push on into play zone, trying to wrap around, trying to get a better position to take this gunfight.
That was a beautiful play from DRS. They handed all their meds off to that one player, just in case the other 2 couldn't get alive, so that he could just heal on up in the blue zone to get placement. It does look like they were able to move up a little bit, but they got still a long ways to go to get into this next zone, and all these teams are just set up and waiting for them. So good luck to them on making it in. We'll have to see what they can do.
I mean, we're 20 minutes into the game, and we only lost 1 team, so it is definitely going to be a sweaty rotation. Archer, Avian right there, getting a kill underneath their belt, going for the spray down with the M4. Oh. Can they get another one? DRS, they got a member on the snowmobile out there in the blue.
I mean, he was hitting the gas on that thing. He was barely able to skip on by. And DRS just trying to do everything they can to stay alive. AJ's just stuck wide on the open. And this is Circle 5. This blue zone hurts. No meds to his name. Gun down, just running in as fast as he possibly can.
Easy,
Looks like it's going to be too long, though. Yeah, that's going to be it for Secret Gen. And now we're starting to see squads drop like 5. Oh! AJ from the back end from the blue, able to secure 1 point at least before he goes out.
Respect right there. I mean, you might as well get that 1-to-1 KD. Popping on over here, Blue Bees. Looks like we are on the tail end of a defense right here. All 4 members of Blue Bees going to be up, going to be really healthy, have a lot of meds to their name. That next zone did shift, and once again, Loops favored. Will we get a repeat of game number 1? Well, we got 11 teams. We'll find out here. Checking on in with Loops' position. They're going to be overlooking this one, overlooking Archer Gaming.
Oh, they are sitting pretty right now. Loops has the best spot in the game. The rest of them are going to have to push through everybody to get there. Starting to see a lot more squads taken out. Here comes 4 Angry Men trying to take Alpha 7 out, and it looks like he might be able to jump shot Uzi, but Swagwood's not done yet. Got that AK drop shot, and he gets the kill with the insane AK drop shot right there with 1 HP left.
Actually,
such a clutch play.
I mean, I like the play right there. We saw Hasakai and Sin kind of wrap around that boulder, try to get that crossfire going on. Just not able to do so. Icy from Zeus, MP5K trying to pepper it out there in the distance. Swagwin, nice clutch play, but how are you going to survive? How are you going to make your way on into the blue zone, or away from the blue zone, that is? Going to be healing on up. We saw Zeus take a couple pot shots at them just a couple moments ago. It's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, I think Swagwin, he's just smoking out those boxes, trying to get as much health as he can as we move over, though. Oh, beautiful play. Said, you know what? I don't got to shoot you. I'm just going to blow up this vehicle right in front of you and take you out. Really, really high IQ right there. And we're seeing a whole bunch of squads just trying to just rotate on in, driving up, and they are just getting taken out piece by piece. Here comes Charlie right here, trying to get another play as well. G36C in hand. Use that hip fire. Will he be able to get this knock? Onto Z jump shot. Oh! Awesome. It's going to take one of them out. Will he get for the second right now?
Prize.
This man is on a mission.
Silas in the smoke, trying to take some shots out there, trying to defend their ground. We got some third-party shots erupting as well. DA taken down and out. Abrupt Slayers still alive there on the edge. Well, for how long? Loops, there you go, taking them down and out as well.
I mean, we saw Swagwin had to smoke that box out just in case, and it looks like he wasn't able to do the same because he just peeked that little pixel. And Loops, man, you know these guys can gun it out, and this could be a huge game for them. They can get so many points right here with this setup.
Loops can get a ton of points. Zeus, they got the potential as well to get a ton of points with their high ground position, overlooking a lot of teams who need to make the push. Oh, we see some toes, but Rob Dini from Konina Power spray down right there in this exchange, in this 1v1. Rob Dini, the last one alive for Konina Power.
Yeah, but he's got that M249, baby. That's the squad wiper right there. 100 rounds in that bad boy. That's the best gun you could possibly have to remain alive. And you can see Aerowolf Limax, last remaining member. He's stuck out now. Oh, here comes Rob Dini, though. All eyes are on him.
Want to get the finish.
M249 in hand. Can he get this knock? Look at Fabian laying down straight, just eyes locked on him. Dude, what? Whoa! The nade from Loops, Dadine!
The arm right there. I mean, talk about the precision. Loops, they won game number 1 because of their ability to utilize the utility phenomenally. And they're doing the same thing right here. Repositioning. They have a bunch of vehicles. I believe we checked in with their garage. They had about 4 vehicles to use. Arrow, though, don't count them down and out quite yet. 7 kills so far for the squad. Ronan making the pull up, trying to take them out. Trying to get that straight out with those.
Oh, quick knock right there. Gonna get the finish. That's 8 kills for them. Crushing it. Loops as well, just bullying everybody with that position. Now they're just taking out every single remaining member piece by piece. Just doing what Loops does right now. They are feeling themselves. One last player, all gone. 10 kills for Loops. They are stunting on the rest of these teams right now.
Stunting is the habit. I mean, 4 members up, the only team with the complete squad. So it's pretty much Loops versus a 1, versus a 1, versus a 1. 1 from Blue Beast, Lufa. 1 from
I gotta
Arrow.
give it to Arrow, though. Oh, my goodness. I mean, he's still alive. Last remaining member, and this squad already has 8 kills to their name. They are crushing. Oh, but for how long? Yeah, getting spot from Kaofsky. I mean, now look at Loops. They're just standing straight up.
It's a close
Easy
one.
kills. It's all Loops, baby.
4v1. I mean, you never know. 4v1.
I mean, it's also the blue. He is in the blue zone right now. Just jumps down, and that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Zeus, though, eSports able to secure second place just